Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite. We are back with another video, guys, and today, man, it's Rostermania, back at it once again. Today we're talking about ZooMaa and the New York City roster and a lot of other league news, just wrapping up a lot of the loose ends right now because we should be getting even more official announcements in the next week or two. So we're going to be on the lookout for a lot of news coming up here, and we're going through that today. So let's just get into it right away. So off the rip, ZooMaa announced on Twitter today, if you haven't already seen, that he is officially joining New York City. And for those of you who've been keeping up with the Rostermania process, this isn't the most shocking news ever because the rumored New York City roster has been ZooMaa, Accuracy, Temp, Attach, and Zero for a while now, which is really interesting. The weird thing, though, was in the replies, Attach, I don't know if he was trolling, CDL Intel thought he was. He was like, best of luck on the year, duo, basically acting as if they're not going to be playing together. From all that CDL Intel has heard at this point, though, they're still playing together. So it's hard to say right now. I think that is going to be the rumored roster. I think it's going to be Accuracy, Temp, ZooMaa, Attach, and Zero, which should be a really great team if they're able to make that happen. And that's the squad in New York, which I think would be a really fun roster for that city. ZooMaa had been with FaZe for like, what, almost 5 years now. So it was, about time for a change. Obviously, FaZe wasn't able to get a franchise spot, which was why he's headed to New York. He's from that area, so it only made sense. It was probably a place he wanted to go, head back home to your family and everything, which makes a lot of sense. It will be fun to see how those roles play out on that team with the meta in Modern Warfare. It could be a little messy at the start, but I'm sure they'll get it figured out. I think there's good things in store for this roster, and it's just, I think, a really fun roster overall. I'm excited to watch it for sure. So in the other news of the day, it was officially announced that Activision has capped the limit, or put a limit on how many teams are finalized the teams list for this season of the Call of Duty League. So we're capped at 12 teams. That's all we're having. There's no other teams. And I think overall the list is a pretty solid list. I mean, we have a few teams from last year. We got Luminosity, OpTic, Envy, and Splice, a handful of Overwatch teams, and we have COD Minnesota. So it's like, I think a really good group of franchise teams, ownership in general. And I'm excited for it, man. I know it's not exactly what we all wanted moving into the year, like, or into like the whole franchise model. But now that we've been dealt this hand of localization, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out with all of the cities that we have listed. With all the cities that we ended up with, I think it's a pretty solid list overall. As someone from the Midwest, I would have liked to see another Midwest team. I know we have Chicago and we have Minnesota, but like a Denver or Kansas City or St. Louis or Oklahoma City would have been nice to see for me personally. But I understand not having one totally makes sense. Maybe in the future it's possible. Regardless, I'm pretty happy with the list, and I'm really excited about the opportunity as a whole that the league potentially could have this season. The next thing that we're kind of waiting on, we're waiting on obviously more roster reveals, and we're waiting on team branding announcements. And Hecz was the first one to finally talk about something. Most of the brands really haven't given a timetable yet, but Hecz says that there might be a brand reveal coming this week or next week for COD Chicago, which is pretty exciting. Hecz in his video was really pumped about his name. He said it was like the coolest name. He can't wait for it. He's hyping me up. I'm excited to see what it is. He said he's had the domain for almost a year now, so he's really been planning ahead, hoping to be able to secure this name for franchising, and it looks like that's what they ended up going with, whatever Hex's idea was. I definitely am pumped to see what that one is and get a feel for the branding that the teams are going to have this year. I'm just really excited for franchising. I know going into it, like I said, I was pretty skeptical. I still am. I'm still skeptical of some of the decisions that they made, but again, where we are at right now, I'm really excited about it. I mean, all the rosters seem like they're going to be really fun. We have so many fun teams. It sounds like Chicago's going to be a ton of fun. Seattle, LA, Dallas, New York should be a fun one as well. Like, all of Atlanta, of course, as well. Like, there's so many great rosters that I'm really excited about, and all of them are at least really interesting. So I'm really pumped about that aspect. Well, I mean, with the city aspect, again, should be interesting, even though it's kind of lame or different or not the best potential thing. And then like the substitutions, the whole format of the season. I mean, we haven't had a full schedule put out yet, although we do know that there's gonna be home away matches and it's gonna start in 2020, but we don't know how the whole like point system's gonna work or if there's gonna be tournaments or anything else. So we're still waiting on that, but I think overall I'm really excited about it. I think franchising has provided a lot of opportunities for the players and hopefully for the fans as well. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. So that's kind of all the news and the opinions and thoughts of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you guys really enjoyed it. I'm trying this long term, and I cannot do that without you guys. I know a lot of you guys are waiting on a community tournament announcement. I'm trying to just gauge the crowd for like what type of tournament we should do. I kind of want to do a Modern Warfare Remastered like S&D tourney, but I know not everybody loves that game or wants to play that. So if there's any other options, I totally understand. We could do like Black Ops 3. We could just go back and do World War II if that's the most simple option. But either way, I'm gonna make a decision here really soon. I've been talking about it for like 3 weeks now. It's gonna happen. I swear, I swear, I swear it's gonna happen. But as always, guys, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.